This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network. And joining me right now is Akiba Leisman. He is the CEO of Mako Mining. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you: MKO on the TSX Venture and MAKOF on the OTCQX. And Mako Mining is participating at the Precious Metal Summit Beaver Creek hybrid event this year, happening right now, September 8th through the 11th. And with that, Akiba, thank you for joining me again. How are you doing?
Doing excellent. Couldn't be better.
Very good. All right. So last time we had a conversation on here, we published that interview on August 31st, 2020. So love to get an update. What would you say are some of the company's highlights in the last 12 months or so?
Oh, great. We're always working on three things. So we have now built what is the highest grade open pit mine in the world. We're starting off fairly small. So we have a plant with a nameplate capacity of about 500 tons per day. We're nearly there. We're operating at just over 85% of rated production capacity. And over the course of the last couple of months, we've been clearing in operating profit in excess of $3 million per month. Now, what we're going to be doing with that cash flow is the second part of our strategy, is that to the south of our main San Albino mine, we made a discovery a few years ago called Las Conchitas. Las Conchitas right now is a surface area about 6 times as large as the permitted pit over at San Albino. And we anticipate that the resource is going to be a multiple of size-wise in the long run over at the southern zone, such that we can be mining at 1,000 tons a day by the very end of 2022, so next year. Now, all of the infrastructure that we built on the mine over the course of the last year with very minor modifications can be expanded to 1,000 tons a day. It will take less than $2 million of fixed infrastructure CapEx for us to get to that level. But even that is not really the full part of the story. The full part of the story is the third leg of our strategy, which is that we do think that we're sitting on an orogenic gold mining camp. We've consolidated really the extent of the private concession ownership in this part of Nicaragua all the way in the north of the country. We have 188 square kilometers of concessions under our control, and we are finding very similar, extremely high grade samples across our property as far away from our mine as 21 kilometers, as far as our concessions go, with similar grades, similar structures, similar morphologies, similar dip, similar potential that we have elsewhere on our ground. So once we get our 500 ton per day mine running at full nameplate capacity, it's been in commercial operation since the beginning of July. Once we double production to 1,000 tons a day by the end of next year, we do think that we're sitting on an orogenic gold mining camp, which does have the potential to house millions and millions of ounces of gold when all is said and done.
Very good. So then from what you can tell us, and you've already alluded to this a little bit, but what would you say are some of the company's value catalysts now for the rest of 2021 going into 2022?
Right. So the biggest thing was getting our mine into a cash flow positive situation. So since we last spoke last summer, Nicaragua and our property was hit by 2 once-in-a-100-year hurricanes that caused a few months of delay to the project. We still were able to pour gold in January of this year on schedule, and we still were able to get our mine to a commercial level in the second quarter of this year, just like we said we would back in 2019. So we are accountable to our timelines, but it was on the later end of the spectrum within that window that we have. Now that we're in cash flow, that was the biggest catalyst that this company could have, because it's not just about the profit potential of the 500 ton per day facility. It frees us to do everything that we want to do on the exploration front, to develop Las Conchitas, the deposit, that near deposit that we have to the south, such that we can double production to 1,000 tons a day, and allow us to target quite literally hundreds of drilling targets that we've delineated on our property without the need for additional capital. The ability for a junior mining company to be in production, to be cash flow generative, to now have what is going to be at a minimum 60,000 meters a year of drilling, let's call it an institutional size exploration program, truly is a unique characteristic for a company of our size.
And with that, where can our audience go and find more information on Mako Mining?
Sure, you can go to our website at MakoMiningCorp.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Akiba Leisman. So we're usually very transparent in terms of what we're doing. We give near daily updates on how the mine is progressing, with all the foibles that come from from running an operating gold mining company, but also to show really what the true potential of this property is, which we do think is something special.
Very good. Well, with that, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck, stay safe, and I look forward to our next update.
All right, absolutely. Appreciate it, Robert.
Thank you. Again, my name is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we're a proud media sponsor for the Precious Metal Summit Beaver Creek, happening right now, September 8th through the 11th. Mako Mining is participating, and thank you all for watching.